Have you ever had that eerie feeling that time is slipping away faster than it used to? It's like your childhood summers lasted forever, but now entire months disappear in the blink of an eye. You're not alone. It's millions of people around the world. Feel like time is accelerating and science is starting to uncover why. In this video, we're diving deep into the strange phenomenon of temporal perception. Why time feels faster as we get older, what psychology and neuroscience say about it, and how this illusion might be quietly shaping our lives without us even noticing. Let's start with something simple but mind-blowing. Time, as we perceive it, is not absolute. It's subjective. That means your version of time can feel drastically different from mine. For a child, a year feels like an eternity. But to an adult, it's gone before we know it. This isn't just nostalgia. It's rooted in how our brains track and interpret time. Think about how summer vacation felt when you were a kid. 2 months felt like an entire era filled with adventures, discoveries, and unforgettable experiences. Now, 8 weeks can vanish in a haze of emails, deadlines, and routine. One big reason is that the brain processes novel experiences more deeply than familiar ones. When something is new, it demands more attention, more neural resources. It creates vivid, detailed memories, and these make time feel expansive. As we age, our lives become more structured, more repetitive. We settle into routines. We stop noticing the details. The brain, constantly trying to conserve energy, treats familiar events like templates and compresses them in memory. This compression makes large spans of time feel like they passed in a flash. It's not that time is moving faster, it's that our memory isn't building a strong record of it. It's no record, no sense of duration. And here's another twist. Emotions also play a role. Kids experience life with heightened emotion and curiosity. Everything feels bigger. Strong emotions leave deeper memory imprints, making time feel more full. As adults, emotional intensity often fades, and so does the texture of time. In short, the less we feel, the less we remember. And the less we remember, the faster time seems to vanish. Psychologists have studied this for decades. One major theory is called proportional theory. It suggests that each year we live represents a smaller fraction of our life. When you're 5, a year is 20% of your life. At 50, it's just 12%. That shrinking proportion makes each passing year feel shorter relative to the whole. So we're not imagining it. Time really does feel like it's accelerating. There's also something called habituation. The more familiar we become with our routines, the less our brains pay attention. When we stop noticing things, we stop forming detailed memories. Less memory equals less perceived time, and here's the kicker. The busier we are, the faster time seems to move. You'd think more activity would make time drag, but instead it compresses it. Our minds just can't log everything. Deep inside your brain, the suprachiasmatic nucleus in the hypothalamus helps regulate your internal clock. But there's more to it than that. Our perception of time also relies on dopamine, the brain's pleasure and reward chemical. When dopamine is high, time feels slower. Think of moments of awe, fear, or deep joy. But in routine, stress-heavy lives, dopamine is low. Time speeds up. Researchers have even found that temperature and heart rate affect how we perceive time. In high adrenaline situations, like an accident, everything slows down because the brain goes into hyper-recording mode. But day to day, everything blurs. It's not that time is changing. We are. There's another modern twist. The internet. Social media, binge watching, infinite scroll. Our brains are overstimulated, but paradoxically engaged. Think about it. How many hours did you spend online last week that you barely remember? That's digital time collapse. We're consuming content so fast and with so little emotional engagement that our memory barely registers it. Compare that to a week of travel or learning something new. Those memories stick. Time expands, our online. Lives might be efficient, but they're making our days feel shorter, more hollow, less distinct. Every day starts to feel the same. So, what can we do about it? Can't stop the clock, but we can change how we experience time. The key is novelty. Try new things. Break your routine. Take a different route home. Learn a skill. Travel. Talk to strangers. It's something unexpected. All of these force your brain to wake up and take notice. And when that happens, time feels fuller, richer, and longer. Mindfulness and meditation also help. When we fully immerse ourselves in the present, without distractions, time slows. Not literally, of course, but psychologically. And if you want a real hack, pay attention. Not just to your surroundings, but to how you feel as you move through them. Emotional salience turns moments into memories. Memories build our sense of time. There's something haunting about all this, isn't there? Realizing that time doesn't just pass on the clock, but in how we live. The more we repeat, the more we rush, the less we feel life happening. This isn't just a psychological quirk. It's an existential alarm bell. Because if we let time slip by unnoticed, we risk living lives that feel empty in hindsight. The tragedy isn't that time flies, it's that we barely notice we were on board. Some philosophers argue that awareness of time is what gives life its depth, that every fleeting moment is precious because it ends. 8. And yet, in our hyper-scheduled, screen-saturated lives, we forget to feel those moments. What's the point of a long life if we're barely conscious through it? In the end, maybe the real task isn't to fight time, but to inhabit it more fully, to choose presence over repetition. Awareness over autopilot. Time isn't just what happens to us, it's what we do with attention. So next time you feel like time is slipping through your fingers, ask yourself, when was the last time you did something new? If this video shifted your perspective, even a little, leave a like, share it with someone who keeps saying time flies, and of course, subscribe to BeyondFacts for more curiosity-driven deep dives. And now tell me, what have you done lately to make your days feel more meaningful?